My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Madagascar Escape to Africa. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I really like the first movie. In fact, on this latest rewatch, it is the most I have ever enjoyed it. But this sequel has always been the best of the franchise, and that is still the case. This movie is better in every single way. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Ben Stiller just brings this character to life so perfectly. He has plenty of personality and he carries the movie incredibly well. Chris Rock just naturally has so much charisma and energy and personality, and he brings all of that to his character. But he can also sell you on the more emotional moments as well, and he just truly stands out. Jada Pinkett Smith has more to do in this movie, and I think she does everything she needed to incredibly well, especially in the last act. And David Schwimmer also has more to do, but he also pulls it off. We've got Sacha Baron Cohen, who continues to be a very funny and entertaining character. Cedric the Entertainer does a perfectly fine job. Bonnie Mack, I think, really stands out in this movie. I loved the amount of depth his character had. Sherry Shepard, I wish had a bit more to do, but she still is good, I guess. Alec Baldwin does a very good job here. He's just a real scumbag, and you hate him, and he does a good job with that kind of character. Tom McGrath is so good. He's just hilarious in this movie, and the rest of the Penguins, Chris Miller, Christopher Knights, and John DiMaggio also do a really good job. Conrad Vernon as the monkey has a bit more to do here, I guess, but he's hilarious. Elisa Gabrielli as the old lady has more to do, and she's also hilarious. And Andy Rector does a good job as Mort. That's a lot of names, and there's not a weak performance in the bunch. The entire cast is very strong, and this movie is the same length as the original, but there's way more characters, and everyone is given more to do, and yet it just completely works for me. Like, Alex being separated from his family at the start of the movie is a good emotional foundation, and seeing him reunite with some is very well done, but also how he ends up as a bit of a disappointment. Like, there's something here about living up to your family's expectations that is well explored. With Marty, he's finally part of a horde, but now he doesn't feel like his own distinct person. He doesn't feel unique. And even his best friend Alex can't tell him apart from the other zebras. And I'm, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but I didn't realize until this viewing today that Alex is only able to tell him apart because of the bite marks on the butt. Like, they make it very obvious at the end of the movie, and I don't know how I didn't pick up on that before. But I thought this story had plenty of depth, and I do think there was something there about how we all like to think that we are unique and unlike anyone else, but that's just not the case. But it's about all experiences and the time we spend with people that makes us special. And I do think this plot works really well. And then Melman and Gloria have a romance here, which I think is really sweet. When Gloria is rushing to save him at the end of the movie, I think that adds plenty of emotion. But we've also got a plot where Gloria is in a romance for a bit with Moto, and that was pretty funny about just how shallow people can be. And then Melman becomes a doctor, and I thought this entire plot was very funny. So the four leads are more fleshed out in this movie, and they're given more to do. And by the end, I care about them more than I ever did. So there is more emotion in this movie, definitely. But then we also get plots like King Julian wanting to sacrifice Melman so people can have water again, and how the tourists and at first seem irrelevant, but then they end up having a major war, and how they block up the dam, and then the penguins trying to rebuild the plane and dealing with the monkeys' union. That stuff delivers on the comedy. Like, this movie is much funnier. You know what? Thinking about it, I don't want to say the funniest, but this is definitely one of the funniest DreamWorks movies. Like, it just makes me laugh from beginning to end. Is she dead? No. And then they run her over. Oh, whatever happened to the separation of the classes? Any water? Nope. Just more diamond and gold. Let's have fun and take out the dam. That seems really funny. Maternity leave? You're all male. Like, this movie is filled with so many hilarious moments, and I love the music by Hans Zimmer. It carries over lots of the themes from the first movie, but expands upon them in very effective ways. Yeah, I really do think the music in these movies are underrated. I love the traveling song by will.i.am. That's well used. The animation looks very nice. I think this environment is brought to life so perfectly. And I like how you get, the flatland, you get the jungle, you get the volcano, you get just all of the possible environment in this location. My only real issue is that the scene where Alex has to fight Titsy is a little too dumb for me. It's the one scene that takes me out and where the humor doesn't quite land. But look, I still love this movie. I think there is plenty to the characters. I think the emotion is present. Like, when Melman is being taken to the volcano and Gloria's just like, you don't have to do this. And Melman's like, well, I'm going to die anyways, so if it gets you some water, then so be it. Like, come on, that just hits me in the feels. And everything with Alex and Marty, and just how it expands upon both of those characters separately, but also their friendship together. The movie is hilarious, it's entertaining, it just fully works for me in every single way, besides that one scene. But anyways, Madagascar Escape to Africa gets an 8.5 out of 10. One thing I forgot to mention is that the friendship between Marty and Alex is so well explored, because I actually think it's very honest. Like, lots of us have friends that we speak to about our issues, and sometimes we forget that they have their issues too. They're not just someone to rant to, they're going through their own things in life as well. So yeah, this movie, fantastic, underrated, just I love it. But Madagascar Escape to Africa. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.